Faction Networks power zero-trust security for networks, data, and all your devices. One of the major issues in the realm of Internet security today is that IoT devices, like cameras, printers, equipment monitors, industrial control applications, simply don't have the ability to protect themselves. Most of these devices do not have the ability to run or even load protection software on them, and they were never designed to be used directly on the Internet. Faction Networks addresses this by allowing users to create private, dedicated networks that are secure by default. They use always encrypted communications, preventing interception by unauthorized parties, and have no attack surface visible on the Internet. For devices such as smartphones, Windows computers, Apple computers, and Linux systems, this can be achieved by loading software on the systems directly and creating the encrypted networks on the device. For IoT devices, this isn't possible. To help protect these devices, Faction has created pods. Pods are commodity devices, already manufactured today, that have custom firmware loaded on them. This firmware allows Faction customers to adopt a pod into their Faction network, which can then be used to protect a number of IoT devices and can connect to them with Wi-Fi or Ethernet standard interfaces. Once the data is received by the pod, it is encrypted and then sent onto the Faction network, and then to any authorized user. Faction allows simple, QR code-based authentication for adding new devices. These QR codes are used for inviting new devices into the Faction network and are used to identify pods for adoption into a Faction network. While devices, like smartphones and computers, can be part of many different Faction networks, and they can be added or removed from those networks at any time, pods are different. Pods are not transferable and can be used with exactly one Faction network. The pod adoption mechanism prevents supply chain attacks by authorizing devices from an approved pod manufacturing partner into a given Faction network only once, and it is bound to that network from that point forward. Pods are low-cost items and can be easily replaced, but once used, they must be remanufactured to prevent software from being introduced on them, which might compromise the network. Key management, central to how Faction works, is done with a fully distributed model. Keys are not kept in a central repository, and there is no single point of failure or point of intrusion. There is also no way to escalate permissions in a Faction network. You must be given a key to access information in Faction. You cannot ask for a key, nor trick the system into handing out keys. IP addresses are validated by the use of keys, which also means spoofing addresses cannot be done inside Faction. It is zero-trust networking for the rest of us. A simple, easy-to-use network that can protect devices at every level for the pro-consumer, SMB, and manufacturing markets. The pods are pre-alpha, although we've been using them internally for over 6 months now. The pod manufacturing code has been written, and the adoption mechanism is working as designed. We have specified the configuration screens and are writing the software to configure the pods now, and we expect to have that complete within 2 months, though additional features will be added over the next few years as the number and type of pods increase. The feedback from early adopters has been extensive, and we continue to make adjustments. Significant new features, such as time-based lockouts, are expected.